Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. A woman's choice depends on whether she is looking for a sex partner or a husband. Yeah, and let me give a shout out to one of my best supporters, Kazagan20. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, if the K's silent, but I got you, fam. I got you. And honestly, I don't remember if he wanted that video or it's just something he said, because like I said, I'll do something just because the comment is good, right? But he did. That is a profound thing to know. Guys got to understand that with women, right? What she looks, and I say this in my book, Nice Guys and Players, when I talked about understanding a woman's needs. Ultimately, when a woman chooses you, it depends on what she wants from you, right? When she chooses you, she depends on what she wants and what she's looking for at that moment in her life, right? That's what, and people kind of have an understanding when they talk about alpha fucks and beta bucks. And, one of the reasons I don't like the term alpha, it don't necessarily, if she chooses a man for sex, it don't necessarily mean he's an alpha. Right? In fact, it could be the reverse. It's just where she at that moment. See, a woman, like I remember this woman one time, right? She was saying, now this is a woman who, she met this dude and this dude had everything together, right? And I never forget what she said. She said, this the type of dude you don't play around with. You go for him when you want to get married. But see, the thing is, she didn't go for him because she wasn't ready to get married at that time. Understand? Now, think about it. She thought this dude had everything going on for him, right? She thought it. She was like, he's handsome. He got this going on and that. Hell, he could have been an alpha male. He might have been an alpha hit male, but she wasn't ready to be with him. See, understand, men have to understand women are they pragmatic. They ain't just totally like some mindless automations and stuff. I know some guys got some, bitterness towards them and think they ain't thinking. No, they thinking about it. That's why sometimes women will deal with a bum, because all they want is sex. Contrary to popular belief, a woman don't have to love a man to have sex with him, or even an emotional connection. It could be just some pretty boy dude that she would never marry. She just want to hit. That's why you get a lot of women, they either bisexual or lesbians. They'll take some dick every now and then. Ain't about love or anything. They just think the dude look good. And they they just want to hit quick. Shit. People know me. I talk about the sexual underworld a lot of times. That's what women look for. They look for that guy who's sexy, got a big dick, look like he might have some skills up in there, right? Look like he might have some skills up in there. Look like he might be down for whatever. But they already look at the guy and see, wait a minute, he don't have a watch, don't look like he got a job. Talk to him, find out he don't have a watch or a job, right? But Dude look like he'll stroke. Dude look like he might eat that butt out. He look like he nasty motherfucker. Look like he'll do different things to her body. That's all she thinking about. She ain't thinking about whether this dude can pay bills. Now, true, in which it would be another video, you get some women who try to take that guy to sex is so good, they try to turn him into a husband. Usually don't work. But most women, like I said, most women are way smarter than we want to give them credit for. And, as an aside, in this thing of ours called game, you got to understand that you got to respect who you dealing with. And I don't mean like just put up with any bullshit, but you got to respect. You try and get over on them. You try and get something from them. They try and get something from you. And some women, they around. And you know what? They ain't ready to settle down. They having a good time. They having a good time. They can travel. They don't have anybody bossing them around. They already got their car. They already got their own home. They just need some good dick. So a lot of times they'll skip over the dude who look like he got his stuff together. They'll skip over him. And, they'll skip over him and get that guy who they know they will never get pressed about, even if they give him good dick. They already know. They're like, you know what? This dude don't got anything on, but you know what? They ain't dating anybody right now. You know, they don't have any real serious prospects, and they just want some. You know, a lot of dudes out here on some gigolo stuff and don't even know it. You know, and shit. In fact, speaking of gigolo stuff, shoot. The way things going with women out here, shoot, a smart politician who want to be controversial should find a way to legalize prostitution. I mean, you know, you already got it in Nevada, but shit, legalize it. I guarantee the economy would go crazy. And trust me, I think it's going to happen anyway. I think it's going to happen. It's a little tangent, but shoot, you got a lot of women out here. The men are kind of losing it a bit. And you got a whole lot of women out here with large disposable incomes, and more women out here who don't have children and disposable incomes, or they have the children out the house. These women just want some. And, you know, we already got it anyway. There's a lot of sponsored men out there. But that's all they need. But yeah, they looking for that sex partner, right? And I mentioned the alpha fucks beta bucks thing. I really got to come out against seeing somebody who getting a lot of pussy as seeing them as an alpha automatically. They might not be. In fact, in my video, the one I did on Vimeo, the on-demand video, Lovers of Many Women, I actually said some of these guys who getting a lot of pussy might be just some straight up simps. A lot of them, not all of them, of course, but it's not an automatic correlation. See, understand something. A true alpha is a type who can be a husband, because a true alpha, he's going to be that guy who's going to hit it on all cylinders. He ain't just going to be somebody with a big dick swinging. He going to be that type who can hit it. He's going to be that type who can be a good husband, because you know what? He can handle being a part of being a husband is being responsible for others. You know, being able to protect and provide for others. That's the alpha. If you look at an alpha in the wild, they protect. Whether it's a wolf, whether it's a lion, whether it's a gorilla. The alphas protect. So, you know, you can't call somebody whose only thing they bringing is sex as an alpha. Now, I did make a distinction in videos before about sexual alpha and social alpha, and that's part of the reason. But the thing, just because this dude getting all this pussy, you know, it just means women think he cute and, you know, he know what to do with his dick. But, you know, to say, well, just because he getting that, you know, just because he getting it, yeah, he the top of the heap. I'm like, please. It's likely that husband, but see, the woman knows. The woman knows several things when she dealing with her husband. One, she know she might not be able to fuck around like that. Because if he a man, a real man, he ain't gonna, as soon as he sniffed that she's like trying to step out, he might walk away from her. And they got a real thing to lose. You dealing with a husband type? Like a real man, a real husband type? He ain't gonna play that shit. You know? He ain't gonna play that shit. So sometimes some guys, when they feel like they're getting rejected for a lesser type of man, it's like, no. She just letting you know she ain't ready to be married. You know? Because like I said, a real man, and most of y'all know it. You got a lot of guys who ready to lead and all that. A lot of times you dealing with women who want to play the game. You know? In fact, a lot of stuff is twisted that we think out there, right? But, you know, that gets into a whole deeper conversation. But just understand something, you know. How she choose depends on, just get this out of it. How she choose depends on what she looking for at that moment, where she at in her life, right? And you can't worry about, yeah, we can make the argument that women actually burn themselves doing that, but that's on them. That's not a reflection on you. And see, for the guys out there who are good, they know they good husband types, they know they ready to settle down. You can't take what the women doing personally or think you lesser than this other man. In many cases, what it's really saying is she see you as a responsible man. And as a man myself, I would rather be seen as responsible than just, 8 inches of dick. Right? I'd rather be seen as that than, as that man who can handle his business. Because y'all got to think sometimes, man, as men, this is for the men now. You got to think the long game. And quite frankly, do you really want that type of woman who ain't thinking long term? Or she got a chance to get at you, but she rather she rather keep playing around. Do you really want it? Because to me, see, here's the thing about a woman's choice, and this is my final thing to say. Just because she choose you or do something don't mean you got to choose her back. You don't have to sit and wait for her. If a woman pass over you because she rather have like the sex partner now instead of a good husband, be like, hey, you have a good time. You keep working. Look, this is what you do as men. If the women in your environment ain't feeling you, either change the environment, get a passport, something. You can, nowadays you can WhatsApp somebody from across the sea. So, and airplane things are getting smaller. So you don't have to put up with it. But the whole point, like I said, is going to depend on whether she's looking for a sex partner or a husband. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.